over a month until opening day. Ted Keith and Albert Chen are here to play Hit or Miss. We'll ask you some baseball questions related to, well, everything really around the league, and then we'll say, is it a hit, is it a miss? Our first one. Angels outfielder Mike Trout will sign the biggest contract in Major League Baseball history. Of course, we found out this morning that the Angels signed him to a one-year, $1 million deal. That was just really to lock him up for 2014. A little bit of a formality there. But, Ted, what do you think about our first hit or miss question?
I think he is not going to be signing the biggest contract in baseball history with the extension that everyone is talking about, partly because the Angels don't have to. But when that extension runs out, which is probably going to be about 6 years from when it begins, then he will be in line for the biggest contract in baseball history, because he'll still be in his 20s, he'll still be in his prime, and there will be a team out there that's willing to pay that kind of money. And we're talking at that point around $300 million. So I think eventually Mike Trout will sign what will be, at the time, the richest contract in baseball history.
Well, I'm going to say yes, I think he does. I mean, for the Angels, it makes sense to lock this guy up, obviously. And we're not talking about the Royals or the Indians here. The Angels have money. And I think if you're in Trout's camp, I think this is the time to go for that historic 10-year contract, because, I mean, you look at him, his value as a player, it's never going to be higher than this.
That's
I mean, he's already the best player in baseball. He's done it for 2 years now. So there's really only one place to go from here, and I think it's down. And I think, yeah, I think if the ball's in their court right now, I think they go after that monster historic contract right now.
I wonder if they, though, decide that they want to try and get 2 contracts out of this, if they go with maybe a shorter one, like 6 years, so that he can still be a free agent again in his 20s and get a second huge contract rather than the 10-year one that takes him into his early 30s, at which point teams might get a little wary, as we kind of saw with Robinson Cano this year.
Interesting. All right, let's go to our second hit or miss question. Also involves the Angels. Albert Pujols will return to MVP form in 2014. Albert.
I think the days of Albert Pujols being an MVP candidate are over, but I think he can return to his 2012 levels, which, you know, a 280 hitter, maybe give you 25 home runs, and that's still a very, very good player. But when you have guys like Mr. Trout and Miguel Cabrera in the league, MVP discussion, that's probably not going to be good enough for that.
I'm going to say he can, because I'm not giving up on Albert Pujols as yet. This will probably be the last year that I give him that kind of benefit of the doubt, because it's the first one where he looked human, really, for an entire season, and he dealt with a serious injury that kind of ended his season prematurely. But I think that he's got one more Albert Pujols type year in him in his mid-30s, and then after that, probably not much left, a steady decline. But I think he's capable, fully capable of an MVP type year.
And by all accounts, he's healthy this spring. So I think, you know, last year he could barely run the bases. So it's going to be a very different player this year. It's just that he's 34 years old, and I don't think he's going to get to that, you know, Pujolsian level that we're used to.
We'll have to just see now if the Angels can translate that into a postseason appearance, which it's been a while. How about Robinson Cano will lead the Mariners to the playoffs? This is our third hit or miss question for Ted Keith and Albert Chen.
No, miss. Big time whiff. Well, not only do they miss this year, I think they're going to be missing for several years. I know everyone is all excited about their young pitchers like James Paxton and Taijuan Walker, but they were really excited about their young hitters too, like Justin Smoke and Dustin Ackley, and those guys have not panned out. So, you know, I'm very much in the I'll believe it when I see it camp when it comes to young players, and we haven't seen it from those pitchers. We know Cano will be good. I just don't know that there's enough talent around him. And in fact, I will go so far as to say that the Mariners are going to struggle enough during the life of this contract that he's not going to finish this contract with the Mariners. He's going to be traded at some point to a team that wants to take on that risk to get them over the top, rather than have the Mariners keep paying, you know, $24 million a year on average for a team that's not going to the playoffs.
Yeah. Get with a 10-year contract, Albert.
I agree. Big whiff. It's not. The Mariners are not going to make the playoffs, and it's not because Robinson Cano isn't going to hustle. I think he's going to do fine. I think he's going to be the Robinson Cano that we're used to. But you're right. I mean, there's just not enough offensive firepower in that lineup. The division's too good. The Rangers are going to be really good this year. The Angels, I think, are going to be better. And I think the A's, I mean, the 2-time defending champs in that division are still in that division.
Hey, I didn't see you there. Hey, SI fans, I hope you enjoyed this clip from our daily live show, SI Now. You can find a link to the complete episode, it's just 30 minutes, in the description box below. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to Sports Illustrated's YouTube channel. Remember, you can watch SI Now Monday through Friday live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, only on SI.com. I have to get back to my reading.